A lot of students, including me, are worried about their grades. And also, can you address the private students?
So there will be evidence-based grades. Unfortunately, for some students, like private students, they didn't have the option for evidence-based grades, so they will have to take their exam in the future, and I'll talk about that later. They're in a horrible situation. And through no fault of their own, through no fault of their teachers, who made the best effort to give them a good quality education. It was just impossible for British Council and CAIE to give them evidence-based grades because there's no structure for the tuition or private student with respect to CAIE. So there was no ability for CAIE to say to a respected tuition teacher that yes, we will take your grade, because there was nobody who could certify that grade for them. Whereas for Southshore College, if a teacher gives you a predicted grade, I can say, yes, I agree with this grade, and there's some level of oversight. So there are some wonderful teachers out there and students studied with them, but unfortunately, that was something that did not happen for them. And so now they are faced with the fact that they have to give actual exams in either October, November, or in May, June. My biggest fear for these students is that if they remain private, they will continue to have this sword hanging over their head, because even now, October, November exams are not a given. And we have been told that there will be exams in October, November, but we know the situation on the ground can change radically between now and then. So my advice to private students is, by all means, continue to study with the wonderful teachers that you're comfortable with, but you must look at taking admission into a college so that you can also have that potential for evidence-based grading, so that it doesn't knock the ball down the road, so that instead of giving it in May, June 2020, you're pushed to October 2020, and then maybe even to later to May, June 2021. And then you're faced with possibly giving accelerated exams or wasting a year because you have to give AS or your O-levels even later. So if you're an O-level student, you should take admission to an A-level college. That's what Southshore is doing right now. We're accepting O-level students based on their expected grades, and we will give them registration to O-levels through the college for October, November, or May, June, so they can complete their O-levels while they continue their A-levels. I'm sure